HOPE program is something we started a while ago for the HOPE opioid prevention education program. We started something a while ago, kind of on our own. We started looking at, we had different meetings with different organizations to try to, as we're trying to build a program here, that we want the person to know that if they have an addiction, or if an officer has responds to a call for service, or maybe it's a family member or friend that has an addiction, that we have some resources in place to help that person get the help they need. Again, arrest them isn't always going to be the answer. So we started a program on a small scale to start doing that. And then again, the hope is that we can expand with that by keep adding resources to it. We even have certain kiosks locations in Cape Coral that are free, that we're working on adding a tile or resource guide to that, so the public will know that if they need help in a specific area, they can go to that kiosk to put in the information that also could help as well. I put a program together in the very beginning. I learned something a long time ago from talking to other people that have run programs, started programs in their community, and each one is specific because each one has their own problems in itself as far as what's available. I think the biggest thing for us is not only identifying the proper resource for inpatient, outpatient care, is when you establish the trust to have somebody come to the police department that's asking for help, that finally gets it in their, is able to get the courage to come up to us. You have to be able to make sure you can supply that resource when they come up to and ask for help. If you can't turn around and say, "We'll come back next week." You're going to lose them. The other big part of it is the afterwards, the outreach. Once that person has inpatient or outpatient care, the hard part is the outreach, is having somebody there to bring them back for further treatment, make sure they complete the program. And there's also some very small areas that we started thinking about that I'm sure others have, if at some point it's always become a problem, as simple as transportation. Who's going to bring that person if they don't have transportation to and from the care facility or for treatment? Where's that person staying at? Can we get that person into some type of continuum of care, housing, or facility that can, while they're going with that program as well? So it's more than just one specific need. It's several different things that we've identified here as we've talked to other organizations. Yourself out of this problem. When you I've talked to state attorney's office, I've talked to our Lee County Jail, and you have the same repeat offenders that are back into the system, get out again, and go back out to doing, because they had the addiction, going back to do drugs again. And so in order to reduce recidivism, we have to have a better method. That's not by arresting them. So we have to treat the addiction by actually treating it, but not by arresting that person for it. It's not going to cure the problem. We've talked about that when we talk about issues where we've had to issue or give Narcan to a person that's in an overdose. A lot of times they can be very upset because they spent all their money on getting high, and they lost it because we've given that person Narcan again. So realizing that and knowing that, okay, you didn't really treat the problem long term, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing repeat offenders, and that's why the more conversation we have is, that's the only way to treat this problem. And I think the fact is too is, when you look around, usually there's somebody that knows a person or their family or a friend that has this addiction as well. And from talking to people who have actually personally dealt with it, it also kind of enforces the fact that them being arrested did not help the problem. It actually probably made it worse. So that's why I feel we have to have some type of program in place to help reduce that. Because again, it's a very important resource, as you mentioned before, being able to help that person with their addiction, for counseling, treatment. we kind of talked about the outreach, how important the outreach is, and even the initial. So you need that support system in place, which you guys are obviously, ARCHway, to do that. Be one of our resources for our program that we know we can contact.